Now, over the past couple videos, I've actually painted my engine bay and I've installed AC, which is still working, by the way. I've also developed an exhaust leak, which I'm currently trying to fix, but that's gonna be a whole separate video because it's a bit of a hassle.
Found you, haha. I knew I wasn't tripping.
But today we're gonna be talking about headlight stuff, specifically bulbs. Now, I had wanted to install a whole new assembly, right? Because these have also, ironically enough, developed a leaking issue. But I just couldn't make up my mind between an OEM replacement. These are aftermarket, but the OEM ones definitely look dope, as well as I came across these LED daytime running light replacements from eBay, and they look really dope because they have like a LED strip across the bottom. I just couldn't make up my mind. I'm literally at a coin toss between those two options, but let me know in the comment section which one you guys prefer. On to something I did make up my mind about, some LED bulbs. My current setup of LED bulbs, I basically bought a little over a year ago from Amazon, and I just sorted them from highest reviews and most affordable. Because, you know, I'm driving a Honda here. I don't really need anything crazy. Now, I ended up choosing the AUXITO LED bulbs, and I'll put a link down in the description as well as the information on here, right? So you guys can look at it. I really have no complaints about these other than they're a little difficult to actually get the clip through them because the clip has to go like this, and there's no room to get your hand through it, basically to clip it into place. But with a screwdriver, it's pretty easy. I actually included this part in a separate video, right? But like I said, it was just an OE replacement, really nothing too fancy. Also, another reason why I chose this is because they have a little bit of a bluish hue, and I know some of you guys might not like that, but for my little Civic, the light blue coloring is definitely on par with the theme that I got going on.
That was not my fault. Bruh. Bruh.
AUXITO actually reached out to me and I partnered up with them to review one of their products. They didn't really know that I already had one of their products installed in my Civic. So what I'm gonna be doing is I'm basically just gonna compare the LED bulbs that I got installed over a year ago with the new one they sent me here. And this is part of their Q16 series, which is supposed to be brighter. And as you can see, it says recommended for off-road use. So you already know how bright that's gonna be in my little hatchback. So if you guys are interested in buying some, there is a code down in the description where you guys can get a nice discount on some brand new LED bulbs. And there's a link also there where you guys can check out all their selection and you guys can make your decision there. But let's go ahead and open these bad boys up. Now the two bulbs I'll be comparing are basically for two types of people, really. There are those who want just an OE replacement and a bulb that'll get the job done, no problem. But then there's also people who say, give me the brightest bulb you got, and that's what we're gonna be testing out today. The brightest bulb they have with a nice OE replacement to compare. Now, for the most part, I am the first type of person, because obviously that's what I bought. I bought the just regular OE replacement, nothing too bright, nothing too fancy. However, I was kind of curious to see exactly, you know, how bright you could get for no other reason that I just wanted to see. Now for comparison, the bulbs I have in the Civic right now are 20-watt bulbs with 4,500 lumen each. So a total of 9,000 lumens in total and 40 watts altogether. But these are 100-watt bulbs with 20,000 lumens. That's like twice, that's more than twice of the lumens I got now. I'm expecting these to be twice as bright. Now, I do want to mention it's important to check your manual to make sure the new bulbs are actually compatible with your system. You don't want to be burning out your bulb or your housing. And for the Civic here, it is 12 volts, 60 to 55 watts, HB2. So we're gonna start off by testing the 9,000 lumen bulbs here, and we can see the difference between the high and the low beams. Now by the time I finished shooting the shots for the 9,000 lumen bulbs, I actually had to wait a while before I can actually replace the bulbs because they get really hot. And here I am just replacing them, but unfortunately by the time I finished, it got kind of dark on me. Here we can see other cars on the road, and you can see how bright their lights are, and you know, look, they look all yellow and dull and just, ugh. And then for comparison, we got our brand new 20,000 lumen bulbs here. Look how bright they look, man. That's crazy. The beam pattern just goes really freaking far out, and it's just like a lot more intense. You know, you can argue that the distances that they light up is about the same, but the intensity is just a lot more in these 20,000 lumen bulbs. Well, maybe not a lot, but it's definitely noticeable. Now, over the past couple episodes, I've actually done a few things to improve the lighting on the little Civic here, and I gotta admit, I think it's coming a long way, and it looks really good. Especially now with these 20,000 lumen bulbs, it's gonna make driving a whole lot smoother. And just pretty much bring it all together, really. I think I've replaced pretty much every bulb in here.
These are definitely bright. This is what happens when you drive a lowered car. Everyone is basically at your level. And that level is blinding lights in your eyes.
Now, while I was going over the footage, pretty much decided that I wanted to actually go ahead and shoot these shots again, just so I can give you guys a accurate reference point between the two, because one of those was shot in the day and one of those was shot in the night, so it might, you know, change the way it looks on camera. But let me go ahead and show you guys here what they both look like in the nighttime. Now I'm going to start off with the Q16 series, which is basically the 20,000 lumen bulbs, and we can see here that the light is a lot more intense and a lot wider than the other ones you'll see later on. And with the high beams on, they really light up everything. The lights go pretty high up and pretty far to the side as well, so you can see everything.
I think my lights might be a little bit out of alignment. Yeah, they're really close, except the other ones are brighter. I think they work to light up the area the same, but the other lights definitely light the area brighter. And here come the high beams. Still pretty good.
So real quick before we close out this episode, I couldn't make up my mind about the headlights, whether or not I wanted OEM or the eBay ones, but I did make up my mind with these. Now these, I don't know if they're SI or EG6 ones, whatever they are replicas, I think. I found them at the junkyard and I knew I had to have them. And I figured now would be a pretty good time to install them. Since I'm, you know, changing out the lights, I might as well add these in here. Anyway, this brand is, I thought these were OEM, but they have the mark of them here. Dynamic, right? I think I got the headlights from these on eBay too. Yep, that's right. They're a little smaller. Look at that gap is not here. Oh well. All right, we are done. Check them out. And now that we got those installed and out of the way, I don't have to do a whole separate video about, you know, just installing some taillights. Now we can actually close this video down, and we're gonna start off by talking about these. These are the ones without a fan. You can see they're a lot thicker, and this just helps dissipate heat. However, that really wasn't a calling point to me because I never really noticed my headlights being too hot or too cold. I just assumed they're always gonna be hot because, you know, they're lights. But ultimately, looking back at the footage now, it's been a couple days since I shot it. These actually do a little bit of a better job of lighting the field more, or in terms of like square footage, but these light it up brighter. And these, as you guys can tell, have a fan. Not really sure how that works in there. Can't really get it to spin, so I don't know how the fan actually works, but there's apparently one in there. Now ultimately it just comes down to what you guys prefer. These, right, a little bit more affordable and do a pretty good job of lighting up the field, whereas these are a little bit more expensive, but they really light up the field. These are really bright. So if you find yourself in the market for some bright bulbs or some decent bulbs, these are really, honestly, I had no complaints. I would have just left these for indefinitely because I don't know how much hours of light time they're ready for. I think it's like 30,000 hours, but I've had these for a little over 2 years and they are showing no signs of damage or any wear and tear. The only thing I could complain about is it's a little hard to get the clip installed properly, but with a screwdriver here, I want to show you guys exactly how I managed to do it. But these are a lot easier to install and honestly, super simple. Now also, you should, consult your manual whenever you want to change these bulbs to make sure you don't burn either the bulb or the housing. Temperatures get hot for lights, so make sure you don't go over the recommended wattage. Real quick, with these fanless ones, I also wanted to mention they're supposedly adjustable. I think this piece, hold on, let me see if I can get it to spin, but I think it's supposed to spin. With the fanless one here, you see the little ticks. Basically, it just rotates the entire housing. Which way? This way. Rotates the housing, and you can actually adjust the location of the LEDs, right? If you want them to come out straight out of the housing like this or like this. Either way, that's an option. These, on the other hand, they do not. Maybe that has to do with the way they light up the field, right? Because like I said, these light up the field better than these, but these light the field up a lot brighter. Oh, there's the little fan. Like I said, they're both great products. These are a little bit more affordable, but these are brighter, obviously. And I'm actually gonna stick with these because, like I said, I didn't really intend on buying them, but now that I have 20,000 lumens in my power, I'm gonna go ahead and use them all. So we're gonna go ahead and throw these in there. The link for all these products here are gonna be in the description, as well as, the headlights and the taillights and everything else that I either did or wanted to install. Either way, it's in there. And like I said, I partnered up with AUXITO, so they actually went ahead and hooked it up with these 20,000 lumen lights that will stay on the Civic now, but the 20,000 and these 9,000 ones for, driving in town basically are decent enough for this little Honda. Like I said, this is just a daily, I really don't need super bright bulbs, but I wanted to check them out, so I got them now. Anyway, that's gonna be it for today's video. There are links down in the description, check them out. There's a coupon code there as well for some of AUXITO's LED lights, so yeah, just go ahead and check them out, see what you guys like. That's gonna be it for this video, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one until something eventually goes wrong with this Civic, because, something always does. Like my stupid exhaust. I still haven't fixed it. It's been a couple days and it's annoying. It's been days, multiple days of multiple attempts, just mixing and matching stuff in this car. Stupid thing won't work. Until next time, guys, take care and Goodspeed.